Your heart races, your pores leak, your pupils dilate. You wish you'd gone to the bathroom beforehand. Shivers down your spine. Ghostly ghouls seal your fate tonight. Giant murder robots run down the halls to try and kill you. All you have to protect yourself with is a machine-powered door. But it won't last forever. And as dread runs through your soul, the inevitable happens. Horror. It's a crazy thing, really. Despite a work being fictional, we get so engrossed in it that we fully believe it to be the reality. We're terrified of what's happening, even though it's never going to happen to us. It can't happen to us, because we're here on our side of the screen, and it's over there, on its side, planted firmly in the fiction, while we are, to our knowledge at least, entirely real. And yet. But horror can take many forms, and the form wherein you are a wholly separate observer is only one. Additionally, there can be horror in video games. You're not just watching it from afar, you're playing it. You're immersing yourself fully into the game world. You hear ambient footsteps in the background, and all of a sudden, every muscle in your body tenses up. You realize you're not alone, and at any second, someone, or something, could come leaping out of the shadows at you. But even in something like Resident Evil, you're the one pushing through. You're the one in control. But that's not always the case. Everyone knows that under pressure, everything is more intense. You feel like Atlas, holding the weight of the sky on your shoulders. But really, it's just 3 papers that you're holding. But when you have 3 essays that all need to be done by midnight tonight, and those are only 3 hours before the deadline, you feel like you have 3 weights strapped to your back. And if you're trying to balance those 3 projects and a different commitment, yeah, good luck. You ain't getting to sleep tonight. Because you're so stressed out that every single thing you do feels like the most important thing in the world. But what if it wasn't just an essay? What if the things you had to do were checking cameras, closing doors, looking at lights, and keeping animatronics at bay, all while preserving power and praying that Cassidy doesn't show up and kill you? It's terrifying, and you know that if power runs out, or if you just get a little too unlucky... In 2013, my god, that's 10 years ago, Scott Cawthon released a game called Chipper & Sons Lumber Company. And it bombed. After years spent trying to make games, Scott had thrown his hat into the ring once more, with a game that he thought was going to be phenomenal. And instead, the overwhelming response is that it was terrible. People said that his characters looked less like fun mascots and more like the animatronic dolls similar to what you'd find at the establishment of Charles Entertainment Cheese. And the man decided...
either God didn't exist, or God hated me.
He resolved to make something even scarier, intending to end his career with a bang. So, on August 8th, 2014, Scott released Five Nights at Freddy's. But enough history. What is it that makes this game so damn frightening? It's not the animatronic designs, odd as they are sometimes. It's not the weird way the animatronics twitch on camera, much as that does add to the ambiance. It's not even the way these Chuck E. Cheese-esque animatronics turn on you to deliberately pervert the childlike joy of restaurants like that. Though again, that does serve it. What makes this game so frightening is... your heart races. Your fingers type furiously away at the keyboard. You start to sweat. You panic, because you only have 10 minutes left before the exam's over, and you still need to finish this essay in time. You wish they'd let you bring in your phone. You need music to send to yourself. But instead, you're left with a shitty, half-finished essay. No, I'm serious. What makes this game so scary is the stress of it all. By itself, animatronic Pizza Bear attacks you isn't a very scary concept. There's a reason the franchise fell apart in 2 and 3. But when you're trying to do 100 things at once, suddenly the game becomes terrifying. You're not just afraid that Freddy's gonna kill you. You're stressed out by the fact that Chica's already on the prowl when it's only 1 a.m. You're stressed about constantly checking cameras so Foxy doesn't get you. You're panicking because Freddy is moving and he is the only one who never turns back. You're panicking because you always need to check outside your doors in case the animatronics are already so close that they're just outside your office. Oh shit, you're down to 2% power. Gotta stop checking the cameras. Gotta conserve energy to stall for as long as possible before the inevitable happens. And now, you're not just stressed about doing stuff at once. You're not just hit by the primal fear you're about to be attacked. You're terrified because the primal fear is heightened by the stress. And on top of everything, you know there's always a chance of something worse. Because with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, you have control. You're in charge of preventing them from getting in. But anytime you check one of the cameras, you might see this. And if you do, the next time you close the camera, you'll see Cassidy, the vengeful spirit, Golden Freddy. It's me, the limping, shambling husk that might be the only creature in this whole franchise to contain 2 complete souls. But for right now, all we know is that it's sudden, it's random, it comes out of nowhere, and it's the single weirdest part of this game. But these days, we all know it's possible. And because we all know it's possible, it gives us the eternal fear that it might happen. Because we just got a little too unlucky one time. So, with all this together, this is the terror. The stress of everything you have to do at once. The innate, primal fear of something getting ready to attack you. And of course, the knowledge that at any moment, you might be attacked by Golden Freddy out of nowhere. Between these 3 things, we have the horror of Five Nights at Freddy's. And that is what makes FNAF 1 so scary.